Good morning. Welcome back to Virtual Sunday School. As you can see, we're in a little bit of a different place today. This is my office at the church. So I'm recording from here this week. I have a very special story to tell you today. This is one of my very favorite Easter stories. This is the story of the walk to the village of Emmaus. You ready? Did you know that it's still Easter? Easter lasts for 50 days. That's almost 2 whole months. Now, the first Easter was a very confusing time. Jesus died. His disciples saw the soldiers take his body away and put it in a tomb, and they rolled a great stone into the opening of the tomb to close it like a door. But the next morning, when some of them went to the tomb, the stone was rolled away, and the tomb was empty. And some of the women told them that Jesus had been raised from the dead and that they would see him again. They didn't know what to think. They were so confused that 2 of the disciples decided to just go home. Their home was in the village of Emmaus, 7 miles from Jerusalem. They had to walk the whole way there, and it took a long time. So as they walked, they talked together about all the crazy things that had been happening. And as they were walking and talking, a stranger came up and started walking with them. The stranger said, "What are you talking about as you walk along?" One of the disciples, his name was Cleopas, answered, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who doesn't know about the things that have happened there?" The stranger said, "What things?" They said, "The things about Jesus of Nazareth. He was a great prophet, and we thought he was the one who would free us from the Romans. But our leaders handed him over to the Romans instead, and they killed him. And then, just this morning, some of the women in our group went to the tomb where they laid him, but they didn't find his body there. They said they had seen him, that he had been raised from the dead." The stranger said, "Don't you see, though? The one who would free you had to suffer and die first." And for the rest of the walk, the stranger explained all the words of the prophets to them. Now, when they got to the village of Emmaus, it was almost dark, and the disciples invited the stranger to come in and have dinner with them. When they all sat down around the table, the stranger took the bread and broke it and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him. It was Jesus. As soon as they recognized him, though, Jesus vanished. The 2 disciples just sat there and stared at each other. And then they jumped up and ran all the way back to Jerusalem. And when they found the other disciples, they burst in the door crying, "The Lord is risen! He appeared to us on the road. We had dinner with him." And they described how they had known him in the breaking of the bread.